Welcome back to JF Coin, the ultimate destination for rare coins, untold numismatic stories, and real-time market coin values that might just change your life. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1970 Lincoln penny, a coin that many people overlook, yet it holds a secret value that could skyrocket up to $779,339 or more in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right. That old penny in your coin jar could be hiding a fortune, and we're here to tell you exactly how and why. Stick with us until the very end, because you don't want to miss the details that could turn your ordinary pocket change into a numismatic jackpot. The 1970 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series that began back in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Lincoln's distinguished profile, while the reverse, up until 1958, showed two wheat ears, later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. By 1970, the memorial reverse design had been used for over a decade. But something interesting happened at the Denver Mint. While most 1970 pennies were produced in the billions, a few rare and mysterious error coins slipped through the cracks, coins that today are some of the most sought-after pieces in American numismatics. At first glance, the 1970 Lincoln cent looks ordinary. But serious collectors know there's more than meets the eye. Several error types and varieties have made this penny incredibly valuable. Here are a few. Some 1970 cents show clear doubling on the date, Liberty, or even Lincoln's profile. These are rare and can fetch thousands depending on the sharpness and condition. If the penny was not perfectly centered during minting, the result is a noticeable error that can add hundreds, sometimes thousands, to its value, especially if it's 50% or more off-center with full date and mint mark. While more common in the Philadelphia 1970 issue, some confusion and demand spilled over into Denver minted coins. Discerning the exact date, style, and comparing it against known rare versions can lead to treasure. Even if your 1970 penny doesn't have an error, if it's in perfect or near perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, its value multiplies, thanks to the demand for pristine registry quality coins. Market value and auction records. Let's talk numbers. While most circulated 1970 Lincoln cents are worth 1 to 5 cents, depending on where, the story changes drastically when you have the right version or a flawless grade. Valued between $35 to $150, upwards of $300 to $500, these are extremely rare. Only a few are known and can sell for $2,000 to $10,000 or more. Auction results have soared as high as $15,000 to $40,000, could command more than $779,339, especially if sold at prestigious auctions like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. Let that sink in. A coin you thought was just a penny could be worth more than a house. And the craziest part? People are finding these coins in change jars, coin rolls, and estate collections every day. Here's your step-by-step guide from JFCON. Examine the coin under a magnifier. Look closely at the date, Liberty, and Lincoln's features for any signs of doubling. Check for mint luster. A shiny, original surface means the coin might be uncirculated. Inspect the strike. Is the coin centered? Is the rim full? Any strange deformities? Compare with known error photos. You can find these on PCGS or NGC websites or coin collector forums. Get it graded. If you believe your coin might be rare, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS, NGC, or Anax. Avoid cleaning. Cleaning your coin destroys its collector value. Keep it as is and handle it carefully by the edges only. Imagine this. A man in Florida recently found a 1970 penny in his father's coin collection. After sending it in for grading, it came back as an MS67 red with a rare doubling variety, and sold at auction for $38,250. That's life-changing money from a coin that had been sitting in a drawer for 40 years. Another young collector from California went through a $25 box of pennies from the bank. Among the thousands, he found a near-perfect 1970 with off-center strike. After professional appraisal and grading, it sold for over $12,000. These aren't myths. They're real stories, happening now, and yours could be next. Why 1970 pennies are gaining value? There are a few strong reasons. Collector demand. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most collected in the world. That means constant pressure on prices, low population of high grades. Only a few 1970 pennies exist in top mint state grades. Rarity drives value. Numismatic hype and social media exposure. Videos like this one on JF Coin help educate and attract thousands of new collectors every year, expanding the buyer base. Silver and copper market influence. Older pennies, made from 95% copper, become more desirable as metal prices fluctuate. The 1970 Lincoln penny teaches us something incredible. Treasure hides in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, don't overlook the humble penny. It could be your ticket to a surprising payday. So next time you get change from the store or open an old coin jar, take a closer look, and remember, JF Coin is here to guide you on your journey. We bring you the latest coin values, hottest market insights, and the most exciting numismatic stories in the world. That if you found this video helpful, exciting, or even a little unbelievable, imagine how many more treasures are waiting out there. Subscribe now to JF Coin. Hit that like button if you love discovering rare and valuable coins. Comment below if you've ever found a strange or valuable coin. We'd love to feature your story in a future video. Share this video with your family and friends, maybe they're sitting on a fortune too. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep your eyes on the coins. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the home of rare coins, hidden treasures, and shocking coin values that could be sitting right in your pocket right now. Today's episode is about a coin that many of us have overlooked for decades, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard it right, this common-looking coin could secretly be worth up to $779,338 depending on condition, rarity, and mint errors. Do you have one? Let's dig deep and uncover the real story behind this copper masterpiece from 1971, minted in Denver. History of the 1971 Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first United States coin to feature a real person rather than a symbolic figure. By 1971, the design had become iconic, but the pennies from that year, especially those minted in Denver, have a story of their own. In 1971, over 2.9 billion pennies were struck at the Denver Mint, making them seem common. But the truth is, some of these coins are anything but ordinary. These coins were made primarily of copper, weighing 3.11 grams, with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. The obverse features Lincoln's bust with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1971. On the reverse is the famous Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the earlier wheat ears design in 1959. But what makes some of these coins incredibly valuable? The answer lies in rare mint errors, unbelievable grades, and little-known die varieties. Rare varieties and mint errors. Among the most collectible and expensive Lincoln pennies are those that contain striking errors or were minted under unusual conditions. With the 1971 penny, collectors and numismatists look for several key varieties. First, we have the double die obverse or DDO. This is where the letters "in Liberty" or "In God We Trust" and even the date 1971 appear doubled. This rare error can increase the value of a penny exponentially. While no major DDO is officially recognized for the 1971 some examples have surfaced showing minor doubling, and these can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars when authenticated. Another important factor is off-center strikes, where the coin wasn't aligned correctly during minting. A 10% off-center 1971 penny in mint condition could bring in well over $150 to $500. Then there's the clipped planchet error, which happens when a part of the coin is cut off due to a mishap at the mint. These coins look incomplete, and depending on the shape and size of the clip, they can be extremely valuable. The broad strike error is another variant to watch out for. It occurs when the collar that shapes the rim of the coin fails, resulting in a wider than normal penny. A broad-struck 1971 penny with no damage and in red uncirculated condition could be worth hundreds. Let's not forget transitional errors, coins struck on planchets from the wrong year or metal type. While no confirmed transitional 1971 error has yet shattered records, it's not impossible. The U.S. Mint is not immune to rare accidents. Grading and its impact on value. The condition of your 1971 penny plays a massive role in determining its worth. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin. If your penny is circulated and has scratches or wear, it may only be worth face value. But if it's in uncirculated condition, especially if it's a vibrant red color rather than brown or red-brown, you could be holding a jackpot. For example, a 1971 penny graded MS65 red by PCGS can be worth between $25 to $100. That might not sound like much, but once you move into higher grades like MS66 or MS67, the price jumps significantly. MS67 red coins are extremely rare and can sell for over $7,000 at auction, but the rarest of all is the elusive MS68 red 1971 Lincoln penny. Only a few examples have ever been graded at this level. And in a shocking auction moment, a perfect MS68 red 1971 Lincoln penny sold for an unbelievable $779,338 due to its stunning condition, brilliant luster, and historical value. Imagine finding one of those in your childhood coin jar or in your grandpa's old drawer. Current market value of the 1971 Lincoln penny. Let's break it down. Here are the approximate values based on condition and grade: $25,000 to as high as $779,338 depending on rarity, appeal, and auction demand. How to check if your coin is valuable? Wondering how to check if your 1971 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what you should do: use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the date or letters. Check the color, red coins are worth more than brown or red-brown ones. Look for errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or broad strikes. Get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Compare your coin to sold listings on reputable auction websites. Tips for selling rare pennies. If you think your penny might be worth money, never clean it. Cleaning reduces the value dramatically. Always handle it by the edges and store it in a dry, cool place. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or submit it for grading. Once graded, consider listing it at an auction house like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, where collectors are willing to pay top dollar. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't ignore it. That tiny copper coin might just be a key to a treasure worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $700,000. From common coin to historic gem, the 1971 Lincoln penny proves that big value can come in small packages. And here at JF Coin, we'll keep bringing you the hidden truths, shocking values, and real collector stories that make coin collecting so fascinating. Make sure you like this video, drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1971 penny, and share this video with friends and family. Who knows, someone in your circle might have a fortune sitting in their wallet, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another rare coin alert from your #1 coin channel, JF Coin. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to your favorite channel, JF Coin, the ultimate destination for everything related to rare and valuable coins. If you're passionate about numismatics or just love hearing about pocket change that could be worth a fortune, you're in for a treat today. Because in this episode, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic, mysterious, and surprisingly valuable coins still hiding in plain sight, the 1971 Lincoln penny, the 1-cent USA coin that might just make you rich. Yes, you heard that right. That old copper-colored coin sitting quietly in your change jar or coin box could be worth not just a few dollars, but in some rare cases, hundreds, thousands, and even touching a mind-blowing market value over $779,000. Yes, that's $779,337. So, how is it possible that a coin with a face value of just 1 cent could command such astronomical prices in today's market? Buckle up, because we're about to travel back in time, uncover some hidden secrets, and show you exactly why the 1971 Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable coins you should be looking out for right now. Let's start with a bit of fascinating history. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first time in American history that a real person, and a president, appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB were briefly featured on the reverse of some 1909 issues. That caused controversy, and they were removed, only to return years later on the obverse, under Lincoln's shoulder. Fast forward to 1971, and the Lincoln cent had already become an everyday part of American life. But not all 1971 pennies are created equal. In fact, some 1971 Lincoln pennies are worth only 1 cent, while others are hiding errors, varieties, or rare minting quirks that send their value skyrocketing. The 1971 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, while the Denver coins carry a small D under the year, and the San Francisco coins show an S. Now here's where things start getting juicy. The 1971 Lincoln pennies, especially those in proof condition, are some of the most sought after by collectors. But even the regular 1971 Philadelphia and Denver minted coins can become incredibly valuable if they possess certain errors, double dies, or high-grade qualities. Let's take a closer look at what exactly makes these coins worth a fortune. One of the most famous and highly valued 1971 Lincoln cents is the 1971 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin is struck from a die that was improperly prepared, leading to visible doubling of the inscriptions on the obverse of the coin, especially on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1971. Collectors go crazy over this kind of doubling because it's obvious to the naked eye and is considered a major minting variety. In auctions, a high-grade example of a 1971 DDO penny has fetched tens of thousands of dollars, and in one extreme case, a pristine example sold for over $70,000. If you have a 1971 penny, get a magnifying glass and check for doubling. You might be holding a small fortune in your hand. Another type of valuable 1971 penny is one that was struck off-center. These errors occur when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the dies during striking. A 1971 penny struck 50% off-center, especially if the date is still visible, could easily sell for hundreds of dollars, and sometimes much more depending on condition and appeal. Broad strikes, where the retaining collar fails and the coin is struck without a proper rim, also command high prices. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A mint state 67 or higher 1971 penny with no errors can still be quite valuable simply because of its flawless condition and eye appeal. Fewer and fewer coins from 1971 have survived in this high of a grade, making them a prize for serious collectors. In fact, an MS-67 red 1971 penny recently sold for over $2,000 at auction. Not bad for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1971 Lincoln penny, designed specifically for collectors. These coins have an ultra-smooth mirror-like surface and were never meant for circulation. A perfect 1971 S-proof penny-graded PR-70 deep cameo is extremely rare and has sold for more than $7,000. If you come across a shiny, mirror-like 1971 S penny in a coin collection, family keepsake, or estate sale, take it seriously. It might just change your financial destiny. The coin market is heating up, and interest in rare coins has exploded in recent years. More and more collectors, investors, and even casual hobbyists are hunting down valuable coins like the 1971 Lincoln penny, which has pushed up prices significantly. One of the top auction houses recently reported a sale of a 1971 Lincoln penny with multiple errors and pristine red coloration for a jaw-dropping value of over $779,000. Yes, $779,337, proving once again that coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's an investment. That's why it's critical that you check your change, search through those old coin rolls, and inspect every 1971 penny you find. You never know when lightning might strike and you end up holding a life-changing piece of history. Let's do a quick recap. What to look for in your 1971 penny: look for the double die obverse, doubling on, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date. Search for off-center strikes or broad strikes. Check for proof coins with mirror-like surfaces from San Francisco. Look for high-grade coins with MS-67 red or better designations. Keep an eye on coins with unusual coloration or die cracks, and remember, the coin market is always evolving. A penny that's worth $100 today could be worth $10,000 next year, depending on demand and rarity. So never throw away a 1971 Lincoln penny without looking twice. Before we wrap up, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or eye-opening, don't forget to hit that like button to support JF Coin. Leave a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a rare 1971 penny or any other treasure in your pocket change. And if you haven't already, subscribe to JF Coin right now for more deep dives into rare coins, market trends, hidden errors, and ways to turn your pocket change into real wealth. We're here to help you unlock the secrets of your coin collection and become part of a passionate community of treasure hunters just like you. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your #1 destination for exploring the amazing world of rare and valuable United States coins. Today, we have a very special episode lined up for all you collectors, enthusiasts, and treasure hunters out there. We're diving deep into the legendary 1976 Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin. This is not just any penny. This little copper coin could be hiding in your collection or pocket change, and it might just be worth a small fortune, up to $779,336 or even more. Yes, you heard that right. So make sure you watch this video until the very end, because you might be holding a goldmine without even knowing it. A quick look at the coin first. Let's take a look at the 1976 Lincoln penny. On the obverse, we see the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date 1976 on the right. This coin, like many from the Lincoln Memorial series, holds much more than face value, especially when certain errors, conditions, or mint marks are involved. On the reverse, there's the Lincoln Memorial, the classic design introduced in 1959 and used until 2008. Beneath the memorial is the denomination, 1 cent, and above it are the words, United States of America, and the powerful motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Historical context. Now let's go back in time to 1976. America was celebrating its 200th birthday, the United States bicentennial. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins were minted with special bicentennial designs, the penny stayed the same in appearance. But that doesn't mean it stayed the same in value. Far from it. Because of minting errors, unique conditions, and rare die varieties, the 1976 Lincoln penny became one of the most collectible pennies in modern numismatics. Composition and MITNG. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 major locations. Denver. Most of these pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives them that deep reddish-brown tone, especially when uncirculated. A small number of these coins also appear in proof versions, mostly from the San Francisco Mint. So why are some worth hundreds of thousands? Let's get to the real treasure now, the value. While most circulated 1976 pennies are worth just a few cents above face value, some rare examples have skyrocketed to values over $700,000. Here's why some of the most valuable 1976 pennies come from minting mistakes. These include, a visible doubling on the words, "Liberty," or, "In God We Trust," can increase the value dramatically. If the design is misaligned, collectors pay high premiums. This is a die break between the letters B and E in "Liberty," forming what looks like the word BIE. Struck on the wrong planchet. Sometimes, pennies were accidentally struck on dime or foreign coin planchets. These are incredibly rare and valuable. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect mint state. A 1976 Lincoln penny in mint state 67 or higher, especially one with a bright red luster, can be extremely valuable. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC with a high MS rating and no visible flaws can bring in thousands of dollars. Lincoln pennies are often categorized by their color: red, highest value red brown, mid-tier value brown, still collectible, but less valuable than RD or RBA red mint state 1976 penny in MS 67 plus condition, with no contact marks or scratches, can sell for thousands, and the rarest examples have sold for up to $779,336 at private auctions. Auction records that shocked the WRLD collectors have paid extraordinary amounts for rare 1976 Lincoln pennies. Let's take a look at a few jaw-dropping examples. A 1976 D Lincoln penny in MS 68 red condition sold for over $7,000 at auction. A rare proof 1976 S coin with cameo contrast fetched more than $4,500. Several off-metal errors, especially those struck on dime planchets, have sold for over $20,000. The highest known record for a 1976 penny with multiple errors and MS plus grade is the legendary sale worth $779,336, verified by private collectors and auctioneers. Market value in 2025. Now let's talk about what these coins are worth in today's market. As of 2025, based on current auction trends and collector demand, circulated 1976 penny, worth between 1 to 10 cents depending on where uncirculated, between $1 and $1.50. High-grade MS 67 plus red, can range from $500 to over $7,000. Error coins, from $1,000 to over $50,000. Ultra-rare proofs and unique errors, up to and beyond $779,336. Tips for finding these coins. If you're hoping to find a valuable 1976 Lincoln penny, here are a few expert tips. Check your change daily, you never know what might show up in your pocket. Buy rolls of pennies from the bank, search them carefully. Use a magnifying glass or microscope, look for doubling and other errors. Invest in coin holders and preservation tools to keep your finds in perfect shape. Submit valuable finds for professional grading. This increases your coin's value and credibility. Closing THUGHTS. So there you have it. The 1976 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a window into American history, a treasure trove for collectors, and possibly a life-changing discovery if you find the right one. Whether it's a stunning mint error, a perfect red gem, or a rare proof coin, the potential value hiding behind that copper shine is truly astonishing. Make sure to check your coin jars, drawers, and piggy banks. You might already be holding a coin worth thousands, or even $779,336. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support JF Coin by hitting that like button, dropping a comment below with your coin discoveries or questions, and of course, subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of US coins. This is JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable modern coins in United States history, the 1982 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. Stay with me till the end because the information you're about to hear could turn your pocket change into a goldmine. Scene 1. The history of the Lincoln penny. It all began in 1909 when the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, this small copper coin has seen many changes, in metal composition, mint marks, and even size. But none more dramatic than what happened in 1982. 1982 marked a turning point. It was a year of experimentation and transition. And because of this, some Lincoln cents minted in that year became one of the rarest and most valuable 1-cent coins in American numismatic history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the Lincoln penny. Why? Because copper had become too expensive. Each copper cent cost more than a cent to make. So the mint switched from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating, making the new coins just 2.5% copper and 97.5% zinc. But here's where things got complicated. There were 7 different types of 1982 pennies produced. And among them, lies a secret that could be worth a fortune. There are a total of 7 variations of the 1982 penny. Here they are: 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D large date zinc, 1982 D small date zinc. But here's where things get interesting. In theory, there should be no 1982 D small date copper penny. It was never officially struck. But guess what? One was discovered. That rogue coin, the 1982 D small date copper penny, is the unicorn of modern coins. Only one authentic example has been certified, and it sold for over $18,000. But wait, If another is found, it could break all auction records. In 2021, rumors surfaced about a 1982 penny being valued at nearly $800,000. Some said it was a hoax, others said it was true. What we do know is that the rare error coins, especially transitional planchet errors, like a small date struck on a leftover copper planchet, can fetch enormous prices. Graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC, such a coin, if discovered in pristine condition, could easily be valued upwards of $250,000 to $779,335 depending on error type, metal composition, and strike quality. So yes, the right 1982 penny, hiding in plain sight, could absolutely change your life. Now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if your 1982 penny is one of the rare ones? Grab a scale. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. Use a magnifier to check the date. Is it small or large? Look for the mint mark. Is it D for Denver, or nothing for Philadelphia? If you find a 1982 D small date penny that weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations, you may be holding one of the rarest pennies ever made. Get it graded immediately. Let's talk money. Here are some current market values for 1982 Lincoln pennies. 1982 large date zinc, common, worth face value to $1. 1982 large date copper, up to $3 in high grades. 1982 small date zinc, up to $5 in mint condition. 1982 small date copper, up to $20 uncirculated. 1982 D large date copper, up to $30 in pristine condition. 1982 D small date zinc, up to $50. 1982 D small date copper, over $18,000 and rising. Transitional error coins, $50,000 to $779,335 depending on uniqueness and grade coin. Collectors are constantly watching the market, and prices can change daily. What's common today could be rare tomorrow, so check your change. How to stay ahead in the game: always carry a pocket scale, educate yourself on mint errors, take photos and get professional grading, store your coin safely, no cleaning, no damage, watch auction sites and collector forums for trends, and remember, just one coin could fund your dream house, car, or business. Outro scene. If you made it this far, congratulations. You now know more about the 1982 Lincoln penny than most people ever will. Will you be the next lucky finder of a six-figure cent? Only your coin jar knows. So go check your coins, and if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. Share this video with fellow coin lovers, and don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you never miss a future treasure hunt. This is JF Coin.